I'm just going to start this out by telling you once again, I told you in the initial video that I did to show you the products from Trust Beauty that I'm going to start using them, and I would let you know how it goes over time. Today is the first day that I'm going to be trying out the Trust Beauty Loyal Daily Cleanser, and I'm going to use it with my Clarisonic and see how that works. I'm going to try to take you along with me to show you how it works. If that doesn't work, I'll come back and describe it to you. So on that note, let's get going. I'm so afraid of this thing falling over. Okay, I'm going to start this out now. I'm going to be using the Trust Beauty Daily Cleanser. I'm going to use it with my Clarisonic, and I will let you know what I think of it as I use it. So let's give it a try. It is sealed, so that's nice that it comes sealed. They say to put it on a moist face. Oh, the water's not warm yet. Okay. And I'm going to wait for it to warm up a little bit so I don't freeze my face off. And I'm going to wet the Clarisonic as well. And put a little bit, oh my God, it comes out a lot. It's very, very thin. I put way too much on here. Okay, here we go. Oh, cold, cold water. Has a nice smell. I really like the scent of it a lot. Very pleasant. It almost smells citrusy. I don't know, tangerines is the first impression I get. Now don't forget, this has ginseng and it has vitamin C. I really like the scent. It does give me a nice bit of foam on it. Okay, well, let's take a look and see what we've got. And I'm going to rinse it off. I should have probably taken a cloth washcloth, but I didn't. So I'm going to work with exactly what I've got. Let's see what we've got. I'm going to dry it and then I'll raise the camera and give you a good shot of what I'm seeing. It feels good, it does. Okay, initial impression is nice. As I said, I really like the scent of it. They do get really rave reviews on the site, so that's a plus. I always like when I read good reviews from the actual users of a product. So let me lift this up if I can. And my face is really quite clean, or at least very clean feeling. So that feels nice. Now they have a moisturizer, so I'm going to apply that instead of my typical water drench. And when I apply the moisturizer, I will let you know how I feel about that. So let's go back to the desk. Okay, I'm so afraid of this stupid thing. All right, I took the wrong product, no. Okay, next I'm going to use the Trust Beauty Promise Moisturizer. And I'm going to put that on now and see where it takes me. I really like their packaging. It's very pretty. It looks nice and substantial. It has hyaluronic acid, peptides, hydrates, balances, and brightens. And it says our all-around gentle daily face cream nurtures with hydration, replenishment, protection, and revitalization of the skin. So here goes. Let's give it a try. And let's see how to use it. Apply a small amount onto the face and neck, gently massaging with upward strokes. I'm pumping it. It needs to be primed. There we go. All right, so this is what I've taken, and I'm going to, oh, it definitely feels moisturizing. Again, it has that same scent. As the cleanser. I really like the smell. I feel as if I'm smelling tangerines. You know, it says to apply it upward motion. I'm going to keep using my regular Hyaluron eye cream because this is not a specific eye cream, it is a face cream. And again, I'm going to give this a 30-day trial and see how it is. I'm going to put it on my neck as well. I do find that I'm using a little bit more of this product than I typically used of my old one, but not a lot. I mean, just little bits like this. And I'm going to gently work it in. See, why do I always look so klutzy when I do this? I don't know. I really do think my skin looks very clean now. It feels that way. Feels very clean and very clear. So that is it for this part of it. I'm going to complete all the rest of my regular stuff, and then I will take you with me. As I do my get ready with me. Okay, so I'm using my Tatcha eye cream. For the other eye. I took way too much. And again, just to apply it with this. I really have to do a video where I show you the eye masks again. It's been a very long time since I've done that. So I want to do that for you again. Wanted to tell you my sweetheart of a volunteer came by today again with my meals, and he brought me extra bread, which I was praying for because I love that bread, and he brought me 2 extra meals, so that was really nice as well. So I was really happy to get that. All right, so should I do another get ready with me? I do so many of these for you guys. You must be sick and tired of watching this. Oh well. Laura Mercier. This is the Tinted Moisturizer. It is illuminating, and it's getting down toward the bottom, so I have to be careful not to take too much of it. So it'll just bring a little light to my face before I put my makeup on. He did tell me today that if there were any specific things that I like or don't like, to let him know, and he'll try to bring me meals around that. And I thought that was just wonderful because, yeah, there are a few things that I certainly would not have chosen. I am doing a dedicated video again to the actual food that I'm getting, so I don't want to go into that now, but yeah, I show you just what I did get. And again, I mean, for people who find themselves or family members or friends or neighbors or anybody in need of this kind of service as time goes by, be aware that in different areas it functions differently, but it's a wonderful thing to have. It's a great resource and I'm very grateful for it. Today I'm going to use my Miraness Liquid Silk makeup. This is what I had gotten in a trial size. And this is where I said, you know I love Miraness, you know I love their products, I think the company's wonderful. I think these kind of products are stupid. I got 2 of them. True, I got 2 of them I think for $10, so it's very cheap. But if you're going to give somebody something of this size, do not have it half to 3/4 empty when it arrives. That's not good business, not in my neck of the woods anyway. So I'm going to use this. I love, as you know, I love almost every single one of their makeups. I'm down to the end of this and I've used it a couple of times. There is literally almost nothing in here. Okay. I'm getting a nice kind of pinkish look to my skin, which I like because of my all over sallow complexion. So that's always helpful for me. Does not take much. That's the good thing because you don't get huge packages of, you know, huge, sure you don't. You don't get an enormous amount of product in each thing, but it takes so little really to give you the kind of coverage that you need that it sort of balances out. And again, I really, really like this. I have got to get myself into the shower. I couldn't take my shower early this morning because I knew the guy was coming from Meals on Wheels and I didn't know what time. And the last thing I wanted to happen was for me to be stuck in the shower and him not deliver the stuff. So I kind of work my time around all of that stuff. I am going to use the butter bronzer at this point. I'm running so low on my Hoola. I really need to replace that. This is my Profusion brush. I really love the Profusion brushes. I also have to wash my brushes again. So once again, I'm just gonna define it. You can see it start to give me some definition here, and then I'll bring it up and give me some color along my hairline so I don't look as if I have the winter blahs. I'm gonna brush a little bit on the sides of my nose because then I'm going to highlight my nose. I have a pretty decent nose, but still, we certainly can use more definition as we go along. And I am going to probably put one of my wigs on today. Let's see, what shall I do for color on the cheeks? I think I have this old Lorac Tantalizer, and when I say old, I'll show you what's left of it. You know, it's sort of really down there, but it's still usable. And I'll just, again, give myself a little bit more of that kind of tan. Look, I I still have really the black kind of looks under my eyes. And I think a lot of it was that I really wasn't feeling great between the stomach bug I had for a while and my leg, which hurts. It hurts. I'm brushing the darker color along my jawline to give me some definition and pulling it down onto my chin and my neck. Well, my neck. And again, I'm still happy with what's going on with my neck. It's not perfect. I'll never be perfect. Not in this lifetime. So it is what it is, but I'm doing the very best that I can. Now, I may add just a touch of color later on, but not yet. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to put my Urban Decay primer on. And I might be looking for a different primer next time because the Urban Decay went back to the primer with those applicators and I really hate it with the applicator. So I may be trying to look for something else that's possible. Alright. Should I do dark lids today? I promised to show you dark lids because I am going to go with the dark eyelid. So I can show you that, but I need to do the base of it right to really get a good look with it. So bear with me as I try to figure out what the heck I'm going to do. This is Wanderlust. This is once again Profusion. So I'm going to try to work with the blues in there. I'm going to start out, first let me start out by doing the transition color because that'll give me a little bit of a framework, and for that I'm going to use the Naturals palette. I've had that for a long time. Okay, so I'm going to take this brush, not my favorite brush for this, but it'll do for now, and I'm going to use Heavenly. Heavenly is on the top, and it's this kind of a neutral color to start with. After the neutral color, I will build up with a little bit darker color. You can see it starts to give you just a little bit of definition to start with. I'm not going to go too crazy with this because, as I say, I'm going to go with that very dark lid that I promised to show you a while back. Okay, next I'm going to go with Attached, which is a much darker color. That's this one. And it's in the kind of taupey family, but it's sort of a warm taupe, so it's not crazy ashy looking. I'm going into the crease at this point and down at the crease. A little bit on this side, and again, I'm not going crazy with this because it sort of doesn't matter. Now I have to tell you, when I start to do the next thing, it's gonna look a little scary, so I warn you in advance. If I can find the right brushes. Okay, I'm going with a very dark color on my lid. I'm gonna go in with Nightlife, it's black. Because in order to get the darker base on which to create the dark blue, now tell me how scary that looks. It looks like I gave myself a black eye, doesn't it? Yeah, I know. The first time I did it, it scared me and I said, what did I do? I got something in my eye. Not good. This is disgusting. Isn't that awful? Now what I tend to do is I don't go up far enough sometimes. I really want to get all the way into that crease to give me that color, so it will form the definition for the blue that I'm going to apply over it. Okay? So it's a scary look, I know it is. All right, let's go to the next step so that you don't leave me screaming into your hallway. I'm going to go for the blue. So I'm not going to go with a crazy dark blue today. I'm going to go with Enigma and Cruise in this palette. I'm going to try it anyway and see if it works. Enigma is not crazy dark, and Cruise, it has a little bit of shimmer in it. So let's see what it does for me. It will either work or not. I don't mind experimenting. I suggest that you do that as well, because the worst thing that can happen is you won't like it and you'll change it into something else. Now tell me how lovely it is, as in not, OMG, what have I done? I have to tell you though, some of the looks that wind up being my favorites in the end start out with me saying, I must have lost my mind. So don't panic yet. I'm not panicking yet. I will panic if it doesn't get any better, but this is it for now. And again, I still look like somebody socked me. At that point, I'm going to take it on my finger because I'm going to get a better application. And this is the one.
For a work trip. When your flight gets in late, it's never too early for coffee.
Now we're starting to get some pretty color on here, I think. Okay, yeah. I definitely do a heck of a lot better when I apply it with my finger. I get much more coverage. Now I'm going over most of the lid, but I'm doing it very lightly on the ends, and I'm doing it heavier in the middle. So here it is. Okay. I actually kind of like it. It's only the beginning. So let's do a little bit more of this in here. Okay, I don't want to play with this too much more until, let me see how I'm made out on my under my eyes. Okay, so I did get some color there. I'm going to have to take that off with my brush. So let me grab a brush and I'm just going to take this and just brush it off. For that reason, I didn't do my color correcting or my camouflage for the dark lines underneath, so bear with me. And Lord knows I do not want to put my finger with glue. I am just taking a light color to do that. I don't want to get a blue cast to this, and I don't have any water handy right here. So, okay, normally what I would do at this point is I would put my yellow color corrector on, but it's another one of those things that appears to have disappeared for a moment. So it is what it is. All right, so I'm just gonna go with the two old standbys. The one is the tart shape tape, and just a tiny little bit of that. When I say tiny, one drop. That's all I'm using. This stuff is very thick, and it gets a little bit cakey sometimes. I think I'm going to use my brush instead of my finger just to make sure I don't get a blue cast on that. And I'm going to bring it into the corner, bring some light into the corner, and just do this part of it. All right, do I want to do this a little bit? Well, doesn't that look stunning? Not. Okay. Then I will do this part and bring it in here. The good thing is that there's nothing fancy that I do, and anything that I do is absolutely transparent. I will share it with you, and you can try to make it work in your world in any way that works well for you. All right, I think now I have a couple of ways that I can go in terms of lining my eye or not. I'm not sure what I want to do with this one today. I'm being a little bit indecisive, so forgive me. All right, then I'm coming back with my Born This Way, and that, you know, that's the one that I go to all the time. It's a little bit thinner than the other. This one I'll do 3 drops. One here, one here, one here. And I will just brush it in. I like the color of this. I'm going to do both eyes this time, which I don't typically do. And again, I hate to use that finger. Yeah, let me do this finger. I have to do my nails too. Haven't gotten around to that yet. I'll try to get that done later in the day. I have really been working as much free time as I have. I've been working on the designs. So. All right, what I'm going to do next is I will take a little bit of the blue and I'm going to take the Cruise one, which is the lightest. Stupid thing, I swear to God, dude. Oh, if this is going to stay there, Lord only knows. All right, then I have to put my powder on. And again, I'm running out of powder, which upsets the heck out of me because I told you the last time that Mariness had the sale, I ordered it, but they accidentally sent me the wrong thing. Okay, so as I said, I'm really upset about this because I did order another one. And this has lasted me a very long time. It has been absolutely wonderful, but it's at the point where it's running low, and I need it. I really need it. I don't use a lot, but just that little bit in there to finish it off. And as I told you, what I'm going to do at this point, cover just fell on the floor. I'll have to pick that up after. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to, I don't want to do this off camera because I really want you to see how the eyes are done. I can do the lipstick off camera, I can do the eyebrows off camera. But I do also want you to see, this is my KKW double-ended stick that I bought a long time ago. So it has this lighter side, and then it has this sort of more shimmery side. And what I do is I will use that. I'll use it on the center of my nose. It's not terribly light, it's sort of moderately light. I could have gotten a lighter shade. And then I put it right under my eyebrow for that little bit of definition and giving me a little bit of highlight. And to give me a more finished look under my brow. Okay, how much more do I want to do on this eye? I'm just going to, for now, I'm just going to take the lightest color, as I told you, the color Cruise, just go under my eye. That's gonna do for that area. Now I feel with the intensity of the color of the eye, I'm going to want to have a little more color on my cheeks. So what I'm going to do is I will take, it's not necessarily my first choice for color, to be honest with you, but I'll use it for today. I'm just going to use a little bit of the pink, and I'm going to add a little bit just to the apples of my cheeks, just for a little bit more color, because I don't want the eyes to overwhelm my face. What is equally important for me at this stage is to add my highlight, because without the highlight I never feel finished. So bear with me, and that's for my Strobe and Glow. And I'm really liking lately, strangely enough, the Sugar Crush. It is like a white. It really gives off a kind of a whitish glow. And I'll do just a little bit here on my cheekbone. Again, I'm looking for that little bit of dewiness, so it looks as if my face is younger. I always bring it up under my brow bone as well. So I'm taking the light up and I'm bringing it up here. I put a tiny bit on the tip of my nose. I will do a little on the Cupid's bow. And once again, just a little bit on my chin. But that's because I have an inferior chin and I want to bring the chin forward. So that's what I'm doing there. Okay, at this point I am going to, I think I'm gonna, am I gonna line the eyes? I'm not sure. So what I'm gonna do this time, and I don't usually do this, it's very atypical, so I'd say that in advance in case it doesn't work out. But I'm always willing to try. All right, I'm gonna use one of my, you know, drugstore mascaras, and this one is Voluminous Million Lashes Excess, and I forgot who it is. And if you can read that writing, be my guest. I cannot even see it. Aha! I really cannot even see it, so I have not a clue what it says. Whatever it is, it's a bizarre, you know, it's one of these, whatever, but it seems to work. So I'm going to, one of these days when things are a little bit different, I need to replenish my Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir mascara, because I love, love, love my Velvet Noir. Okay, I'm going to have to come back to you with the other eye done, because the battery's about to die on this, because foolishly I didn't plug it in. I'll be back when it's done. But as you can see, it's almost done at this point. So I hope you really like the look. I enjoyed bringing it to you. I have to decide whether I'm going to put a line on it, and I'm not sure yet, and I won't know until I'm finished with the look. I'll be back. Okay, so this is the finished look. What I did was I did my eyebrows, I did my mascara. It really would look nice if I put on some false lashes with this one. I know it would. And I have a pair here that I easily could put on, but I really don't have any special place to go, and it seems a waste for me to do it under these circumstances, but this is the look that a number of you had asked for. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like it. I hope you think now that it would be easy for you to replicate if you choose to. And that's going to be it for this one. I know it was long and it wasted a lot of time, but I really wanted you to see how it was done so that you could easily do it yourself. Now, looking at myself, I'm not thrilled with the look I'm getting from my contour. I feel as if I need more of a line here. This has to be more defined. So I'm just going to take this little darker color here, take a little bit on the edge of my brush, and just go along here and try to define the line a little bit more. Just a little bit more. And there we go. Okay. So that's the look. And I know there will be some people saying, oh, you really shouldn't do that kind of a look. Not at your age. But I'm one of those people who believes age is only as you perceive it to be. So on that note, my friends, as I say, I hope it was of some value to you. And I've got a whole bunch of other videos in the works, varying stages of development. And I will get those out to you as well. Take care, everybody. Have a great day, whatever it looks like in your neck of the woods.